J.D. Tippit was born September 18, 1924, in Clarksville, Texas, to Edgar Lee Tippit and Lizzie Mae Rush. Edgar and Lizzie Mae earned a living by farming on rented land. J.D.'s name became the cause for much speculation. What did the initials J.D. represent? The truth is, J.D.'s parents named their son after a character in a book his father Edgar Lee had read. The initials didn't stand for anything. When J.D. was 15, the family moved about 6 miles southwest of Clarksville. By then, J.D. had 2 brothers and 2 sisters. The area the family moved to was rural. Neighbors were few and far between. Trips to town only happened on the weekends, and if an occasional car passed by, everyone came out to look. Living was tough. Plowing was done with a team of horses, without tractors or other machinery. Cotton was hand-picked, all done without running water and electricity. J.D.'s simple life was about to change. In 1943, his parents divorced. His mother moved to Oklahoma, causing the children to shuttle back and forth between their father's and mother's homes. Finally, Edgar remarried, and the children moved in with Edgar and his new wife. In 1944, during the Normandy invasion, J.D. became restless with his life. Although he had a farming deferment, he didn't feel right about not doing his part. J.D. decided to enlist in the Army, and in July of 1944, J.D. Tippit became a private in the United States Army. J.D. gave it his all and volunteered for airborne school at Fort Benning, Georgia. He became a paratrooper assigned to the 17th Airborne Division and earned the Bronze Star for combat in France. In 1946, J.D. went home and married his high school sweetheart, Marie Frances Gasway. Just 22 years old, the newlywed worked several jobs, one at a stove company and later at Sears. When Sears laid him off, J.D. went back to farming, but his fascination with becoming a police officer got the best of him. His wife tried to dissuade him, but when J.D. set his sights on a goal, nothing could deter him. 6 years later, J.D. was hired by the Dallas Police Department in June of 1952. He was a well-respected officer, a tough cop who never backed away from danger. In fact, J.D. faced death twice. Once, when a demented person stabbed J.D. with an ice pick, and another when J.D. and his partner faced an armed man in a bar. Before the man could fire his gun, J.D. and his partner shot the man. J.D. received the Dallas Police Department's Meritorious Award for his actions. As J.D. and Marie's family grew, his police salary was no longer adequate. He decided to work odd jobs to supplement his salary. As a result, J.D. had little time to study for promotional exams. Any free time was spent with his family. J.D. could often be found playing in the creek behind his house, where he and his son Alan spent hours. He also built a treehouse for his children. To J.D., his family came first. He wasn't interested in promotions. He loved his job as a beat cop. No one could have imagined that this humble family man would someday play a role in one of our nation's darkest moments. On November 22, 1963, a motorcade carrying President John F. Kennedy, the president's wife, and Texas Governor Connally made its way through Dallas. J.D. Tippit reported to work that day as usual. His patrol assignment was 5 miles from downtown Dallas. Although not directly involved in the security for the visiting president, the officer was nonetheless keenly aware that an event of great magnitude always seemed to be fraught with danger. J.D. stayed vigilant, taking only 20 minutes for lunch rather than his full hour. He wanted to be ready in case they needed him. And they would. Without warning, the police dispatcher advised that President Kennedy had been shot. A description of the shooter was broadcast, and J.D. quickly raced toward the direction the suspect was seen fleeing. J.D. encountered the shooter just 2 miles from the scene of the president's assassination. For some reason, J.D. became suspicious of a man who would later turn out to be Lee Harvey Oswald and began to question him. In the blink of an eye, Oswald produced a gun and shot J.D. Tippit, killing him. Officer J.D. Tippit died a hero. He died as he lived, doing a job he loved. Later, J.D.'s family would receive condolences and a personal letter from the Kennedy family. Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy later told Marie Tippit that both the president and J.D. died doing their duty. On November 25th, 700 police officers and an equal number of mourners packed the small Beckley Hills Baptist Church, where they honored a lovable family man. At just 39 years of age, J.D. Tippit was taken from his family much too early. The good news is that he lived each day as if it were his last. His legacy rests firmly upon his love for his wife and children. Fond memories of family time fill the void left by J.D.'s absence. J.D. Tippit was an ordinary man, dedicated to his family, his oath as a police officer, and his love for life. He will forever be inexorably tied to a day in our nation's history in which two good men were tragically taken from our midst. J.D. Tippit, son, brother, husband, father, and a true American hero. This tribute honoring Officer J.D. Tippit was made possible by the Hunt Oil Company,